Hey guys, so I am making another video today. Today my subject is the crazy baby daddy, crazy father of your child, the crazy significant other, just craziness. Okay. Oh, grandparents, anybody that's giving you this type of situation, because honestly, sometimes it's not the child, the father's child. Sometimes it's not their parent. Sometimes it's yours. It just depends on really who it is. So, in light of new situations in my life, I felt like I needed to kind of touch base on certain subjects as far as you know delivery room etiquette, your birth plan, as far as paternity testing, child support, you know. So, for me, in my situation, my child's father, for some reason, is petitioning me for child support. Now, again, I'm pregnant. So the baby's not even born. He sent me actually some documentation along with a card from a lawyer, which turned out to be that the documentation was actually fake, and he got it offline, took a picture, printed it actually, took a picture and sent it to me, and told me that he was going to sue me for full custody of my child. So yeah, I know. So for whoever's also dealing with this, yes, this happens, and no, I don't know why he thinks that that was okay. So, when it comes to these situations, the best way to go about it is to consult an attorney. So, consult an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, you can actually do a free consultation with family attorneys, which they'll give you a little bit of insight so you can kind of see what your options are. I would also call DFACS. That way you can kind of get some information. You can call them. You can go up there. I went up there because, well, the paperwork, one, was for a whole nother county I didn't live in. But then it also had judges' signatures. So I was kind of confused because I was like, what judge would sign this? And, I could have sworn this is a legal documentation. So legal documentation actually has to be served to you. It's certified mail. That I at least know. That's a little bit about what I do know. You know, but I had to make sure to consult an attorney before I could get to one, because he actually sent it to me like late at night. So I really didn't go to sleep, because in my mind I'm like, he's really trying to take my child from me. So that freaked me out. And other moms in my Facebook group, shockingly enough, have gone through the same thing, are going through the same thing. Maybe not necessarily with their child's father, but with someone. So, I felt like it was important to kind of discuss something like this, because this is serious. This is a serious situation. It's a serious thing that a lot of moms are going through, especially with absent fathers, because my child's father, if you watch my previous videos, I've gone over a little bit about my personal situation as a single pregnant mom. Even yesterday, actually, this is why he sent it to me, because yesterday he had texted me an hour before the doctor appointment that I told him about weeks ago and reminded him about. He texted me asking me what time the appointment was. I told him what time it was, and he told me he'd be there. So I was expecting him there. I actually delayed the appointment so that he could meet the doctor, because the doctor was there, and also so that he can get information about the baby, so he can be up to date, because he has never met this doctor. This is a new doctor. I got this doctor when I was like 4 months going on 5 months pregnant. I'm 8 months now. I'm going on 9. So if you can guess, he hasn't been to any of appointments since that time frame at all. He's only been to 3 technically. But anyways, so after that, he sent me some long messages, and none of which had to do with the appointment, because I told him that there was a complication with the pregnancy. So I'm going to a perinatal doctor. Now, it's nothing to be afraid of, because if you do get sent there, it could be like something really simple, but it could be something serious. But I would never like put too much onto it, because you're going to stress yourself out. Like for me, I'm just like, well, just I just want to know what's going on. Just let me know what's going on, what I need to do to fix it, what our plan is. So I find out about that next week, um, which I told him that it was a complication, and he sent me a bunch of messages, none of which asked me about the baby, all of which had to do with the relationship, us living together, us working out, all this stuff. And for me, I'm 8 months pregnant now, and he hasn't been a part of this pregnancy. And so I kind of don't really see the point of us working out on our relationship. I kind of just want to co-parent, and I want us to work things out for our son. I didn't even plan on doing the whole child support thing because I wanted it to be his decision to be a parent, you know. And then he sends me this petition for child support against me, which is crazy. But so the way that normally works is, of course, every state is different. So what I would do is I would check with DFACS and see what process you need to take as far as putting the other parent on child support, which I do know that you have to take a paternity test. So they let him know that he needs to take a paternity test. Then if he's the father, then you would move forward with the steps. I would get that information from your local DFACS office. So if you don't know how to find that, Google, it's DFACS, Department of Family Services. So they'll be able to give you further information about that. I would actually go up there, but calling also suffices. But going up there, you actually get to see what the paperwork is like. You get to speak to someone one-on-one so that you can let them know what the situation is, and you can go over your options further. Because on the phone, a lot of times, they're already working with someone, so it's kind of better to be in their face so they can give you direct information. And if you have anything you can think of, you write it down. You have all these questions, they can get answered right then and there. As far as like custody, of course it is a process. And again, check with their state laws on what that is. Consult an attorney, because this is one of those situations where it's super serious, especially as far as custody. Because sometimes the other parent is unfit. Sometimes you may be unfit. I don't know what anyone's situation is. I'm not here to judge. I'm just trying to provide some information for people, because I've noticed, especially based on the conversations I've had today, that this is one of those things where like people aren't very too much educated on what their rights are as a parent. And it's important to know, especially when you have a child involved. And I'm always going to say this, I am a big believer in, co-parenting and having a civil relationship with you and the other parent. Now, if it becomes hostile, like with my situation, this is kind of a little hostile, just more so because, one, it's a threatening situation to be told that someone's going to try to take your child from you. And then two, it's already like a lot of negativity there. So for me, I'm not really too much comfortable with his mom in the delivery room. And at this point, I'm not really even comfortable with him being there. And he actually also told me that he's going to storm the hospital, and I have no rights as far as the mom, and he can be there if he wants to be there, whether or not I'm comfortable with him being there or not. And that's not true. That is definitely not true. When you're giving birth, it's important to deliver the baby in a safe environment where you're calm. That's why they tell you to bring little things that make you feel comfortable, because they want you to be in that space when you're delivering where it's safe for you and the baby. So when it comes to that situation, it doesn't matter who it is. If you don't want your own mom there, if you don't want your grandparents there, it doesn't, even if you don't want one of the nurses there, heck, if you don't even want your freaking OBGYN there for whatever reason, I think you should, but they can always give you another doctor, an on-call doctor, or whatever doctor, OBGYN doctor is available to take his place. But you literally, it's really your show. So you just let the hospital know, and they'll accommodate you the way that you want. As far as like visitation, the best of their ability. As far as your birth plan, they'll do what they can if it's safe. If they can give you what you ask for, like delayed clamping, breastfeeding during the golden hour, skin to skin contact, if it is something that they can definitely do, they will do it. You know, hospitals believe in giving moms what they want for their birth because, you know, this is a special moment for you. So it's important. It's important to you and it's important to them because they're bringing a life into this world and you're giving birth to that life. You know, as a mom, that's one of the most beautiful things in the world, honestly, to me and to a lot of people. So there's that. Um, Now, if it is one of these situations like mine or like many women, because there's one girl in my group where her mother-in-law like is she is like literally trying to intercept her birth plan and put her name on it as being in the delivery room. So yeah, this does happen, and like I don't know what it is, but some people are just like honestly crazy. So make sure to consult the labor and delivery board and see what their security measures are. And don't talk. I'm going to tell you this now. Do not talk to one of those nurses. Talk to the charge nurse, the nurse in charge. Charge nurse. Yeah. Talk to her. Do not talk to these little nurses. Like, you know, because you never know who's new. And, like, I honestly called my hospital trying to find some information about it. And this nurse told me something completely different than what I was told when I went on my maternity tour. So I called the sister hospital to find out because, you know, if they're not gonna do what I'm asking, you know, I'm not gonna feel safe and secure delivering my child there. Why would I go there? That makes no sense. So I called the sister hospital, and this lovely lady named Maureen gave me all the information. She's like, I've been here for 15 years. Whoever that is, she's probably new, but that is not how it works. Like, they'll even like it can get to the point where it's James Bond, like where you have to give a code word to even know where the mom is is delivered the baby, you know. So keep that in mind. Like, you have a lot of options, so don't feel backed into a corner, and don't ever think that someone can do whatever they want. You know, ask questions, talk to people, get information, contact these government agencies, contact a lawyer, contact the hospital, speak to as many people as you need to, because a lot of times it could be like my situation where you're getting sent fake documents and letters trying to force you into doing stuff, you know, because at the end of the day, like, that's not healthy. It's stressful, you know. There's no sense in doing any of that to anyone. And as a mom, soon to be mom too, you know, I don't like the feeling of I'll turn my back and then all of a sudden someone snatches my baby and runs away with it. You know, swiper no swiping, swiper no swiping, especially my baby. So, yeah. Again, I am always open to talking about these subjects. You know, I feel like certain things need to be addressed and they're not addressed, you know, when you Google certain things. So me personally, I'm a resource and I love to talk. I'm not always right, but you know, I do get as much information as I possibly can, and I will try to distribute it as much as I can, especially when it comes to things like this. Again, look up your state laws, contact your defects office, consult an attorney. When it comes to the custody of a child, when it comes to your safety, always make sure you do everything you can. It's important that you do. You're about to be a mom. So think of that. You know, comment below if you have anything that you want to just say. Inbox me. You know, I do get messages and I am very responsive. So, and I like to talk. It's my thing, you know. So just feel like you can talk to someone. I'm here. I don't mind. This is one of those things, you know. I have a crazy father of my child. I mean, I'm hoping, I will say this, I hope that he changes, and I hope that he thinks about this stuff, because some things, like sending me fake paperwork is kind of, why? The paperwork even said a county I don't even live in, you know. That doesn't make sense. And he said, whenever I told him that he wasn't really a part of this pregnancy, because he hasn't been, like, I'm being honest, like, you haven't been a part of this pregnancy. He said, I am a part of the pregnancy. I'm just not a part of it with you. Hold on. Let me look. What? Yeah, guys, he's a part of the pregnancy, just not with me, you know. The person carrying the baby. Oh my god. Okay, well, never mind. I'll just go ahead and end it here. But alright, well, enjoy your night, and thanks again always for listening, and good vibes only. Well, you can't see, well, I guess whatever. Okay, well, I will chit chat with you guys soon, and I am 34 weeks today, so I will post about my 32 weeks, or wait, 34 weeks. Okay, bye.